run the engine for about half an hour. Going to shut it off in a moment. So it's running okay. Temperature is 75-80 degrees where it should be. Oil pressure hasn't fluctuated. It's sitting at 2.5, 3 at 35 psi. I still think it should be lower, but it's been sitting there for months now. It does move from time to time, so could be something going on in the engine. But we're going to shut it down, and then I'm going to dump the oil, change the filter, put new oil in. I'm going to run that for a couple of weeks, and then I might do it again. So that's the plan. Okay, it's engine shut down. So next thing, whilst it's hot, I'm going to pump all that new engine oil and the engine oil cleaner out into these two vessels, and then change filters and load it up with new oil, and that should be me for the day. And I think I need a beer after that. It's time to pump the oil out. What you don't want, you do get. Trying to pump as much of this crap out of the engine because there's still be some leftover diesel and the cleaning agent. I don't want those in my engine. I want oil, lubricant, good stuff. Get this old beast running for another 10 years or more, maybe 50. Get out of there. Okay, so we've loaded up the engine with fresh oil, got a new filter, put a date on it because it might be in for a month or so. So I've got the Shell 1540. Add a little bit of Maury's oil thickener just to coat the bearings. I like the bearings being coated with that product. Works for me. And yeah, check the oil levels. Going to start the engine in a moment, and then that will be me. See if that makes a difference to the overall engine. I'm hoping. It's been a long day's worth of oil changes and wasted products. Well, they're not wasted if it works, but you end up spending quite a bit of money on oil and filters and time, and yeah. So let's go again. Boot her up. She's still warm. Well, today's little task on the boat in Port Vila is fixing the fuel lift pump. So I've been getting a bit of a fuel block or air block in the fuel system. It's becoming more and more apparent, so I figured there's something wrong with the lift pump. I've gone through all the other lines where they potentially be sucking air in. Couldn't find any, so I'm left with the lift pump and I'm pulling it apart. And let me show you the crap that came out of the lift pump. So this is only some of it. That's just dirt and crud and silicon. So someone's, prior to me, which means I haven't serviced this for a number of years, had silicon the bottom on which had started to break down, and I'm thinking that was the problem. Like the silicon had started to break down and cause some problems, and maybe suck air in. So I'm pulling the lift pump apart now that it's out. I hate pulling these things apart. You know, you pull them apart and you find another problem, and I did. As I was pulling the lift pump off, I discovered that my heat exchanger, the Baumann couplings, one of them split on the bottom, and I only had those off at Christmas where I serviced the heat exchanger. I cleaned it all out. Couplings look perfect. They're only a couple of years old, and one of them's got a dirty big split right in the bottom. Hasn't gone right through. It's not leaking coolant yet, but it will. And I've only just had 2 oil cooler caps split as well, and you know, they're both being patched up at the moment with gasket, silicon gasket cement, and sealed. And I've got 2 ordered, so I just ordered 2, and now I'm going to have to order another one for the heat exchanger. So maybe the heat up here is playing havoc with the rubber, and they're not lasting as long as I think they should. So I checked all these things only 6 months ago when I was doing a major service on the engine, and they looked okay. In fact, I changed one of my oil coolers out completely for a brand new one, and I looked at the other one, it looked okay. I mean, I should have just changed both of them out and got rid of the flexible couplings, because the heat in the engine and the heat up here must be pretty intense, and I think that's impacting the plastic. It's probably impacting the silicon repair that someone had done on this lift pump. But yeah, it was certainly overdue for a service as well. I haven't done that. I couldn't get a spare parts kit for it, so I didn't want to pull it apart. But here we are, in the middle of paradise, sweating my ass off, pulling apart the lift pump. I'll let you know how we go. Okay, let's pull this apart. Alright, I'm just going to scribe where the 2 fit, just so I make sure I don't fuck that up too much. Alright, let's have a look. They all appear very similar. I might either replace this or put a kit through it when I can. Couldn't get hold of a kit last Christmas. I'm going to try again when I get back to the real world. I have to come from the UK, these things seem to. Yeah, there's 6 screws that go around the body, holds the diaphragm in, creates a vacuum to push the fuel through with the motion of the little doobie, what's it? And generally it works pretty well. I do have a backup electric one I haven't fitted yet, but I can put it in line from the fuel pump, from the fuel filter, and my intent is, if this starts playing up, I'm just going to install that after the fuel filter, and then push fuel straight through this. So this is working in addition to the fuel pump, and yeah, it just pushes the fuel through this. So there's, in there you got 2 little diaphragms, which someone said could be a bit gummed up. They look pretty good though, but there's a lot of crap in the in here, so I've just got to be a bit careful. Not 100% sure what I'm doing here. It's always the way. Take it slowly, don't stuff anything in too badly. Diaphragm looks okay though. Let's pop that down there before I do so much. So I'm just using CRC because that's all I've really got to clean things with, and it goes in at high pressure, so I don't see that as a bad thing. Lovely. CRC, the taste of life. To be honest, they look pretty good for something that could have been a problem. Doesn't appear to be a problem. Cleaned out the bowl inside here was just full of this gunk. Just builds up over time. There's a lot of sediment comes through in the fuel today, and we have 2 filters, a decent water separation filter, which is really quite fine. I've got the pickup off the bottom of the tank, so I'm not getting all the shit off the bottom of the tank, but you still get a lot of a lot of sediment and garbage in your fuel, particularly on a boat. Like, you're rolling around like a pig in storms. Everything gets mixed up into suspension, comes through. I don't think you can put enough filters in a diesel system, or at least you want decent filters, because you know they are working pretty damn hard. So I'm just going to check this gasket, see if I can just gently take it off without ruining it, because I don't have another one, although I can make one, of course. There we go, haven't done too much damage. Get some of that crap out from behind it, give it a good clean, and I'll put that on with some good quality gasket cement as well, just to beef it up. For something that does so much work, it's actually looks in pretty good nick. The amount of revolutions this thing must do in a year is just phenomenal. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a bit more mechanical knowledge at times, but hey, that's boating. Go out there, cuff it, learn some shit, cuff it, learn some more shit, and keep cuffing it until you know how to do it. I had my brother on board recently. He's really quite mechanically minded, and he's going, "Hey, yeah, just pull it apart, bro. You know, like, it's all cool. It could be the valves." "Yeah, no worries, bro. Why don't you do that?" Nah, I'm fishing, man, fishing. Thanks, bro. But, oh well, I get to learn something else. Certainly not as complex as pulling apart the injector pump, which I did a while ago and rebuilt. That was a little confronting. I wasn't so keen on doing that, but yeah. We still managed to pull it apart and get it back together. Alright, I'll let you go for a minute. Okay, we're just putting it back together now. Giving the diaphragm a really good clean. Cleaned up the surfaces, and now I'm just going to put a little bit of gasket goo on the rubber seal because it's a bit dry. I can't get another one here. Not even sure I can get one in New Zealand, to be honest, or Australia. So I'm just going around, putting the screws back in, just gently, and then I'll tension them up. I'm hoping that just, seals up any hard spots in the diaphragm. Still look pretty good. It's pretty good nick considering. But yeah, I'm going to try and buy a whole new one of these, probably about $90. And then I have a brand new pump, and I'll probably buy a kit as well, put the kit through this, and then just have a brand new pump as a reserve. That's my thoughts at the moment. Starting to think, too much is not enough. Particularly on a boat in the Pacific. I don't know what the torque settings are, but I feel firm is okay. Alright, that's back together. Now, get the rest of it back together. So the O-ring on this looks marginal. It's pretty dry. So I'm probably going to use maybe some of this RTV gasket cement or gasket maker. And I've also got Stag. This shit works really well on fuel. I found I might use this. I've been pretty happy with this stuff. Should I? Put that in there. That goes in there, yeah. It's a bit shitty. Now I'm going to go for the gasket maker. I think it will help in this case. This stuff here, I've been pretty happy with it. I've been using it quite a lot. It works quite well. I also have a high temp version which I've been using on things. I mean, ideally you wouldn't use any of this crap, but sometimes you just got to cuff it and make do. I mean, it'd be nice to have every possible O-ring, and I've got a decent O-ring kit just in the cupboard, but I just don't have an O-ring that's big enough. I've just recently bought an O-ring making kit as well, but these are flat ones, the other one's are round. I think I'm just creating problems for myself, so set this in. This is obviously leaked at some stage. That's why there was silicone in there previously, which wasn't ideal. Someone's just used really shitty, cheap fucking silicone as well, which is annoying because if that's all they had, well, so be it. But using something that's slightly better quality would have been nice. Yes, I should use a proper spanner, but I have this little shifter here. Okay, that is pretty tight. The other one's pretty tight. What I'm going to do now is made up the surfaces. Okay. Alright, we're going to give that other surface a little bit of a clean. Look what it's like down there. Alright, I'm just going to find something to give that a clean with. Alright, we just got the fuel pump back in, which I couldn't film because I was swearing too much. But let's put a little bit of this stag jointing compound on the fuel line. Take my time getting the fuel line put back together, because the last thing you want to do is cross thread them, and that's why I use some of this stag jointing cement. It's great stuff for gas or fuel. I mean, these are old connections, I don't want to stress them too much. I find this stuff helps seal things rather than just chasing leaks. All right. Probably need one size smaller. Whatever the hell that thing is, I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, whilst I've been here dicking around fixing the fuel pump, which actually feels pretty good, I discovered I've got a crack right here in the heat exchanger, and maybe because I pulled this on too tight, slightly the wrong angle, and it's split the cap. But these are only like 3 years old, I think, and I wouldn't have expected it to fail so quickly. But luckily I've got a spare. I'm going to order 2 new ones. But yeah, really disappointed. But I guess it's the heat up here in the tropics, and you've got that additional heat. Yeah, but yeah, I replaced those only a couple of years ago, and I checked them only 6 months ago. Like, I pulled this all apart, had it repaired, cleaned it all out, put it back together. The caps looked perfect. So in 6 months that has failed, but it might be because I've got this what the fuck is it called? I can't remember what it's called. Killing me. But yeah, it's it hasn't, maybe it's put up on the wrong angle and it's just put extra pressure on it. Could be the case. So yeah, anyway, I need to be more careful next time, and I've dug out the other one, I'm cleaning it, I'm soaking it in hot water, and then I'm going to give it a bit of a lube bath, soften it up, because it's older than this, and hopefully it'll get me where I need to go, and I'll get another 2 to replace these and throw the good ones in the spares. But yes, boat stuff, gotta love it. Alright, well, fuel pump is back in. I'm going to let that set for a bit, and then I'm going to prime it, run the engine again. I'll do this first before I run the engine, because I'm going to lose some coolants doing that, sadly. Yeah, it never stops. This last few days of engine work has just been a constant fucking pain in the arse. I've just been getting tortured. Alright, next job.